As I noted a little bit earlier, we are expecting Apple to release the next generation of the M1 processor, currently in the rumor community dubbed the M2, which seems logical. It could be arriving this year in the form of an updated MacBook Air with what some are calling the biggest redesign in the product's history. It's expected to have a thin non-tapered design. It will likely come in colors like the 24-inch iMac with the off-white bezels. We're expecting two Thunderbolt 4 USB 4 ports and MagSafe coming back to the MacBook Air, which will be a nice addition. And the display coming with a notch like the more recent MacBook Pro updates that would include a 1080p FaceTime camera. And some of the rumors have noted possibly finally adding support for Center Stage, something I thought would have been part of the MacBook Pro update, but didn't come to fruition. As far as the internals and the processor itself, Mark Gurman thinks the new processor will offer a, quote, marginally faster processor. He says it will continue to feature a 8-core CPU, just like the M1, but Apple would kick up the GPU to 9 cores or 10 cores versus the 7 or 8 core options that we have today. The M2 should likely also come with updates to the Mac Mini and the entry-level MacBook Pro. And again, I'm kind of expecting that might happen here in the first half of the year. Also, remember too that we are expecting an update to the iMac, a 27-inch version of the iMac with likely an M1 Pro and M1 Max, just like the MacBook Pro models that were released last year. And we're still waiting on the Apple Silicon update to the Mac Pro. Now, Gurman mentioned the possibility of a smaller Mac Pro design this year with up to 40 CPU cores and 128 graphics cores. That's something we've been talking about recently. Basically, Apple is going to double up on the M1 Max chip and then quadruple up on the M1 Max chip to achieve those designs.